Or notice how, when you're on retention, people look at you different. They can't explain it, but they feel it. Your presence makes them uncomfortable, almost like you're the villain in the room. And the truth is, you are. Not because you're evil, but because you're powerful. Semen retention gives men such a strong, grounded, and unshakable presence that others feel threatened. They see you as a villain because you no longer fit into the weak, submissive role society expects.
Odds are stacked against you, or at least not give up when things are against you. You really start to have a small tolerance for people who try to belittle you. You literally can't, because you've gone through a lot. There's no way you can take something from someone who literally has no idea how your life is. And this is why you become a villain, because you usher in the utmost respect for you. And people know not to really know that they can't really get away with a lot of different things around you. This is why you become a villain. See, the thing is, society in general, society wants you to be a pushover, whether it's your authorians, your elders, parents, anybody. They want you to be that little boy that you grew up as, always getting in trouble, always having to pretty much submit yourself to people who are older than you. This is how they want you to continue to act even when you become older. This is what you have to realize, especially when you're a young boy and you're becoming older and you're growing into your manhood. They still want you to be that little boy that you were for years of your life. That's all you knew what to be. Now the switch happens when you start to demand a little bit more respect for yourself, because you're growing up now. You're going through the hero's journey as a kid, as a young man, into a full-fledged adult, and now there's no way that you can still tolerate a lot of the things that people did to you when you were a little kid, because there's no way. You're becoming an adult. You know things now. You understand things now. You've gone through things. You've learned. So you no longer can be treated like a little child anymore. There is no way you can be. This is why I stress to you to do these things called no-fap, even retention, because it gives you the clairvoyance, it gives you the intuition to demand the utmost respect for yourself. See, the thing is, when you don't respect yourself by fapping, by cutting corners, by saying you were going to do something but not do it, by letting women walk all over you, by being a pushover and stuff like that, when you don't respect yourself like this, you're literally telling other people to treat you exactly the same way by not respecting you. This is literally what all of this whole idea, this whole self-improvement idea, this whole no-fap idea, all of these things, it really comes down to one word and one word only: respect. It's like the only thing that we really, the whole metaphor of everything on this channel comes down to the respect of a man. And when you do things that are respectable, like waking up on time or early, hitting the gym consistently, speaking your mind, approaching women that you find attractive, and not taking BS from people. When you do this, you are respecting yourself, and now you can only let other people respect you because of how you treat yourself. This is exactly what it comes down to. This is what I'm speaking about. So for example, if you have a problem with, like, someone in your household or something like that, and they're treating you a certain way because they don't see you like they think that you should, where you should be. Maybe it's like with your elders or something like that, and they're treating you in a way that makes you still feel like that little kid, that little boy that you always grew up to be. You have to demand respect for yourself. And the thing is, you demand respect for yourself by your actions. So for example, let's break it down into weight, or just your physical archetype. The thing is, especially women, like, women and respect come in. If you don't carry yourself as a respectable man, especially when it comes to dating dynamics with, especially modern day women, they are going to eat you alive, because women at this point, they only can respect someone who can respect themselves. They will literally try to get away with anything to try to demean you as a man. They always overlook every single thing that you're doing. Just because you're a man, you're literally a walking target for the mere fact that you were born with a specific chromosome. This either is a good thing or a bad thing. Usually it's actually a good thing, because it shows that you can prove yourself to be that person that you always want to be. So like I said, this whole thing comes down to respect. The reason why we do specific things like do no fap, work out consistently, work on our purpose, transmute our energy into purpose-filled mission is for the mere fact of respect. It's respecting ourselves and our higher selves, and it's also respecting our future self, and it's also telling other people to respect us. Because, for example, if you can build something from the imaginary and transmute it into the reality that everybody else sees, that is literally one of the most respectable things that you can do. For example, let's talk about Amazon. As much as you may hate or like, specific people who created Amazon, can't deny the fact that it is a respectable vehicle. People use it every single day, and something that has respect, it has reputation. So this is the thing that I'm trying to get at. When you respect yourself as a man by doing respectable things, you have no choice but to attract people who can only respect you. You can only attract people who respect you because of this is who you are. You cannot, and this might sound crazy, and I actually do have some evidence, but there was one time where I DM'd this IG model. Her last name is Renner, Brittany Renner. This last I literally DM'd her, and I messaged her some very scorching words just about what she did with the whole like drama with her, getting pregnant by some NBA player and then divorcing him like literally like a week later and stuff like that. I literally talked to her, and if I find this, I do have it on my phone that I can potentially show you if you guys want to see it. But I literally sent her a message in DMs, and you would think, oh, she's never gonna see that. She's an IG model. It's just do it. But she actually saw it. And another thing that she did, she blocked me. She literally blocked me. And so you can take it for what you want, but literally, so I mean, that's a story that happened. But anyways, you're becoming the villain in your life, because you're literally not tolerating the BS that people think that they can get away with. You see, a lot of people are always going to try to get away with BS around you because they want to see how much they can get away with, whether it's men or women. But if you have boundaries and you literally don't tolerate it by affirming that you don't appreciate what they do, or blatantly just intentionally ignoring them on a consistent basis, eventually they're going to get the sign that they don't like what you did. So, your presence alone makes some people uncomfortable, like they're looking at someone who knows too much. Yeah, I don't think you guys realize what I just said. Your presence alone literally makes people uncomfortable around you, because the thing is, 99% people, they're living their lives out off of old programming that might have worked maybe 10-15 years ago, but doesn't necessarily is the best way to live life today. This is 99% of people. They're living through fear. But you, if you're an intuitive, no-fapper, retention person, who meditates and has high intuition, you literally can see above the noise. And this is why you can't really resonate with people in this lower vibrational consciousness. You can't necessarily relate to your common man, because you're literally not like them. You're literally the opposite of them. This is why it's very hard for you to be around people that, haven't evolved in 5 to 10 years. You're literally, you talk to them, they literally have not evolved. There's nothing different about them. And you literally, as an evolving being, you literally can't tolerate people who are thinking the same way that they did 5-10 years ago. So you're no longer controlled by lust or instant gratification. People who are slaves to those habits will resent you. They will resent you. And I literally have had this in my life where me and some people don't get along anymore, and we don't even really speak that much because they decided to stay in their old habits and justify their old habits. And I decided to take a new turn for my life. And this is why we're not equally yoked. And the Bible says that people can't be equally yoked. If we're not similar, we can't really get along as much as you think we can. This is literally what it is, this energy. So retention helps you flip the script. Instead of you chasing, people feel like they're being observed or judged by you. And this literally has nothing to do. This literally has everything to do with your energy. You just have come across as this cold dude who has a super masculine direct energy. Now, there was this, and one thing that makes me remember this is there was this, like, I don't know if you guys know Alex Hormozy, but he basically had a book launch a couple weeks ago, and it was basically like 100 million leads. His new book, basically, Money Model, 100 million money models. And he brought guests on. He brought guests on the podcast or the live event, pretty much. And that first person that he brought on, you could tell that the guy had this daunting energy that was insane. You could feel his energy literally behind, because it was a live event, you could feel the energy behind the phone screen. And the thing is, someone who is, and this is when you know energy never lies, someone who is super noteworthy, high status, dude, big alpha male dude named Alex Ramosi, he was shuddering because there's this guy who had this undeniable energy, and it was very direct. It was daunting. You could literally sense, you could feel the energy, and you're literally not even in the same room as them. It was it was kind of like the commander in chief type of energy, where he was in this, the visitor was this commander-in-chief type of guy, and Hormozy was like a lower class lieutenant or something like that. And it's weird because that was his event. But anyways, this is what I'm trying to tell you. When you have this undeniable, daunting energy, meaning like there's literally nothing that people can get past you because you just know too much, because you're just in this intuitive vibration of all-knowing, omniscient, similar to the Most High. Now, I'm not saying you are the Most High, but you are operating in a state where you have a lot of light codes, you have a lot of information, literally as you are, speaking, as you are going about your day. If you meditate, you understand what I'm talking about. Because meditation literally stills the mind. So all of these thoughts that normal people usually have, and they either are of a lower vibration or even a higher vibration, you, as a meditator, you literally notice all of these thoughts, and you literally are still present. This is the powerful thing about, and they've actually shown that meditation actually changes the brain chemistry in your brain. So pretty much you're going to have this undeniable energy, and people might literally look at you as a villain because of it, because you're not kissing up to people anymore. People who've said things to you that you may have not liked, they try to, do a little tug and pull here, do a little cheap thing to, make you kind of forget everything. But you literally can't, because you just know, you have this all-knowing sense of you that literally is the deciding factor behind a lot of your decisions and who you let in and who you let out, So the thing is, you're not a villain. You're just holding your energy, living in self-control. Society isn't used to seeing men in this state, so they mislabel you. They mislabel you as someone who never wants to have fun, but you're just someone who is honest about his energy. That's the price of discipline, respect mixed with fear. So retention makes you powerful into the weak. Power looks like evil. It looks like you can't get over things, but in reality, you're just living your true essence. Because the thing is about, like, let's say meditation and retention combined, is that you're literally creating this invisible energetic person who you're literally now embodying. You're literally now embodying this super alpha, highest version person. And a lot of people are literally living in a lower realm than you. They can't operate like you. They're kiddie. They're always talking about stuff that doesn't matter. They're never really looking at themselves in the mirror. They're never honest with themselves. And this energy and your energy now, it literally cannot coincide, just because you guys are literally living in two different realities. One of the highest, truest vibration of truth, and the one that's still, it's like red pill versus blue pill. Blissful ignorance or the harsh truth. Which one do you want to live? Which one do you want to occupy? I know where I've decided to take the red pill and live in at least truth. It might not be the most comfortable truth, but at least it's truth, than living in ignorance that might feel good but never is really the actual truth. That's what I'm basically putting out there. I hope it made sense for you. Anyways, I'm doing something new. I'm putting down a brotherhood, a community for you guys with different courses, one-on-one calls, bi-weekly calls. I haven't decided yet, but usually bi-weekly calls that, we can just talk about self-improvement. It doesn't even have to be a Q&A. It literally just can be, what you guys are going through. And if you want access to that, all you have to do is click on that link description. It is going to be free for the first members that I'm literally just launching this out as we speak. So it's very new. It's literally, this is the first time I'm talking about it, So this is something that I put together for you guys. And the first probably I'm going to allow like the founding members, they're going to get it for the free 99. But after that, when there's a few founding members, it's going to go up. The price is going to go up, and it's going to be a legit community with high value guys who are all on the same journey, all trying to look for truth in their life. So make sure you click on the description down below